Social dominance orientation is a psychological trait that describes a person's preference for hierarchy and dominance in social relationships. People with high social dominance orientation believe that some groups should have more power than others, while those with low social dominance orientation prefer a more equal society. This trait influences attitudes towards social policies, group dynamics, and leadership styles. Social dominance orientation is based on the idea that societies naturally form hierarchies, and individuals vary in how much they accept or challenge these structures. It is often measured through surveys that assess agreement with statements about group inequality. Now let's look at some examples of how social dominance orientation appears in everyday life. One example of social dominance orientation is seen in workplace leadership. A manager with high social dominance orientation may support strict hierarchies, believing that authority should not be questioned, while a manager with low social dominance orientation might encourage teamwork and equal decision-making. Another example is in attitudes toward competition. Someone with high social dominance orientation may believe that success comes from outcompeting others and maintaining superiority, while a person with low social dominance orientation may prefer cooperation and fairness. Additionally, social dominance orientation can influence political views, with individuals high in social dominance orientation often supporting policies that reinforce traditional power structures, while those low in social dominance orientation may favour policies that promote equality. Now let's explore some strengths of this concept. One strength of social dominance orientation is that it provides a useful framework for understanding social attitudes and behaviours. By measuring where people fall on the social dominance orientation scale, researchers can predict their views on issues related to inequality, leadership, and competition. Another strength is that social dominance orientation helps explain why people differ in their support for hierarchical structures. Instead of assuming that all individuals think alike, this concept highlights that people naturally vary in how they see social power. Additionally, social dominance orientation has been supported by extensive research, showing consistent patterns across different cultures and social groups. These studies confirm that social dominance orientation is a stable trait that influences real-world decisions and interactions. However, despite its strengths, the concept has some weaknesses. One weakness of social dominance orientation is that it does not fully explain why people develop different levels of social dominance orientation. While researchers suggest that factors like upbringing and personality play a role, the exact causes remain unclear. Another limitation is that social dominance orientation does not always predict behaviour perfectly. While it can indicate general attitudes toward hierarchy, other factors, such as personal experiences and social influences, can sometimes override a person's natural tendency toward dominance or equality. Additionally, social dominance orientation focuses mainly on broad social attitudes rather than individual actions. This means that even someone with high social dominance orientation may act differently in specific situations, making it less useful for predicting behaviour on a case-by-case basis. Now let's consider some alternative perspectives. One alternative to social dominance orientation is system justification theory, which suggests that people support social hierarchies not because of personal dominance, but because they want to believe that the existing system is fair and stable.